Good evening, folks. Gathorn to the rescue. I've been trapped in a City of Mist for like 3 weeks now. Alright. I think I'm all set up now. Minotaur battle axe. The only thing I don't like about this zone are those little flower things. They're so irritating. Everything else is fun to kill. Not that they're overly difficult, they're just a pain in the butt. There's nothing out here. Mosquito. Let's see how long this takes. I'm not a big damage output machine. See these damn things. Oh, hey. Ah, I like fighting the monkeys. Oops. Oh, hey. So what are we doing tonight? Thompson said catch keep, but he's running late. So if we get somewhere real quick before he logs on and commit ourselves to it, then we won't have to do catch keep. I must have reposted. When you play a Shadow Knight, the world is your band-aid. Ooh. Clarity. I just realized that. Thank you. I don't know if you're watching Zucan, but... Okay, we're going to do a quick maintenance trip. It's going to be a slow start tonight. I am sorry about that. You have to die, because you're a werewolf. No. I don't know if they're even supposed to drop anything. I just like killing them. Been killed by him so many times over in the Karanas that I feel revenge is necessary. Oh man. It's been a long week. That's 8 copper. Can't let that go to waste. Loam encrusted sash. It doesn't even sound comfortable. Oh, somebody wants to buy it. I thought somebody was selling it. There was some talk of going to Kedge Keep, but I don't know if we're going to do it or not. We'll see. We'll get there eventually. One of these days. Thompson said it's the only zone he's never actually gone through. Or something. I don't know what his fixation is with Kedge Keep, but... Water levels and ice levels are never popular levels. I don't know why they insist on putting them in games. I know, aren't they fun? Paladins are fun. I was surprised at how much fun they are, considering the fact that they really don't do much of anything. You don't have any special attacks or anything. You just kind of stand in front of the bad guy and swing your sword at it. Or whatever. But for some reason, they're just so much fun to play. Running and talking at the same time. Which way? Did I go the wrong way? Where the hell am I at? It's this way. There's a halfling over here that sells backpacks. I think that's kind of messed up considering how many halflings get killed just outside of the city's gate. But I guess evil comes in all sizes. Hope I don't need those for anything. Sorry, reading the chat. Still have my initial short sword. How about that? I think I might try that, just for shits and giggles. Just play around with it. I don't know why I have half this stuff here. Alright, that's it. It's always nice to carry some traveling money, you know what I mean? Oh, it is a dot. See, I was right. Alright, good. Tommy got his pig sticker. So now we're going to meet up over at DC. When we first started playing, we were playing on the Protoxalus server on live, and at some point attracted a follower that was overzealous in acquiring stuff, and he just started grinding. And we didn't play that often. It was just kind of a goof around thing that we did. but kind of took it seriously and started grinding out characters left and right and filling up the guild bank with all kinds of crazy stuff. It was odd. But I think around that time is when we switched to P99. Do you ever try to follow the paths? It does not work. So inefficient. Misty Thicket's like that too. It has this crooked little trail. To a lesser extent in Butcher Block. So if they were to take these classic MMOs and keep them fundamentally the same leveling system, same basic combat system, whatever, but put them in a newer engine, do you think it would still be as much fun? Jeebit, thank you. Hey, appreciate that. Where's those other people at? Somewhere around here there's a wood elf and a halfling. Probably doing something inappropriate. Not to each other. Oh, did it wear off? Oh, I got seeing invis. Where the hell are you at? Or is it glitched? Oh, you're hiding. Where the heck are you? I can't see. Must be a glitch somewhere. Weird. He can see himself on the stream, which is my display, but I can't see him. It's very odd. What about a game? Alright, that's for EverQuest. I don't know if you've ever played it, but if you've ever played Anarchy Online, what if that was put into a newer engine? Or Asheron's Call? Any of the classic MMOs. You can even go so far as throw Dark Age Camelot in there. Anarchy Online's still going live, Jeebit. You can still play it. You can get on Steam and you can download it through Steam. It's still fairly popular. I mean, you know, keep it in perspective. Oh, there's Gathorn. There they are. How about that? I logged on about a year or so ago, and it's still Anarchy Online. There's a lot has changed. It's gone free to play, but there have been a lot of changes to it. The stuff I didn't know what the hell was going on when I first started playing. Completely forgot how to play, but got the hang of it relatively quickly, and then just started having fun with it. It was enjoyable. I think I still have it installed. I want to kill something. Oh yeah, we need fish scales. Oh, what happened? I was trying to get to proc. What level does it proc at? Does anybody know what level this procs at? Chilled Scythe. Oh. Well, that should be okay. Probably. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember where we got it. Oh, Tommy, I have something for you. So, where can we go, real quick? Oh, let's go down to Oasis. Okay, we're gonna head on down to Oasis just while we wait for Thompson. He may not make it tonight. He has company over. They've been tipping back a few beers. He's not a wild party or anything like that, but don't want him to interfere with his real world social life. Besides, I need to catch up. Where's everybody? North Row. East Commons, East Commons. Oh, shoot. Heading back. We'll go kill the birds. Spectre's probably camped anyhow. I need coffee. Caught you just in time.
Alright, I'm here.
Oh, excuse me.
2 levels before I can even proc this new spear I got.
Oh, we'll do it no time. We'll do that tonight. Probably not.
Well, it's really a level and a half. I don't think level 42 or 43 are hell levels, are they?
No, 45.
Okay, well then we're good. 44, I think, is the level I need to get to.
Did you hear the drama, I guess you can call it, Uncle Tony caused when they went to visit Dodie, grandmother?
Oh no.
Yeah, they had a family get-together thing of the nursing home, and of course they had her behind a shield so she wouldn't get infected, and everybody had to wear masks and social distancing, the whole 9 yards. It was retarded. No point in even doing it. But your Uncle Rich was there, and he takes this stuff way too seriously, to the point where he won't stay in anybody's house. He drives his van with the built-in toilet facilities, so he doesn't have to use anybody else's bathroom, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Well, he was there, but he was making the whole thing just awkward as hell. Well, then a week later, Tony went with some other people because he wasn't able to make it that time. And before he left, he went around behind the screen that his mother was sitting at and gave her a hug. Happy birthday, Mom. And man, they freaked out about it. Holy crap! Rich was calling him, telling him, "Do you realize how much damage you could have caused?" And Aunt Sandy was calling him and just screaming and hollering and cussing him out.
I'm glad I didn't go then.
What's that?
I'm glad I didn't go then.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go, but
It was funny.
Yeah. Did you go?
No. I had to work.
No.
Of course.
Cool. I wish I had that as a reasoning. I just didn't go.
I'm not going to go up there and go jump through all those hoops. Just, to say hi to my grandmother. I'm not going to do that. As much as I want to see her and, all that. It's ludicrous.
Yeah. It's awkward. It's weird. It's too far.
Yeah. She's 96. What's going to happen? If it hasn't happened to her by now, it's not going to. She's going to wind down.
She's probably got the cure in her blood.
Probably. She's still healthy. She just can't see anything. And it's got, the dementia from the stroke.
Yeah.
Not dementia, just forgetfulness.
Right. The only thing that's going to put that woman in the grave is her. She's going to decide, yeah, I'm done.
I'm done.
And then watch, she'll be done. I don't know. She's weirdly spiritual like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like, once I feel like I've probably acknowledged or completed my task, I'm done.
I'm done. The boat's almost here. Haul ass.
I'm trying. I'm about to zone. I don't have so. I zoned.
CV Wonder.
I'm coming.
Someone's coming to hit you, so.
Oh, I see it. Right there's the boat.
It's coming. It's coming. Run. Where are we going?
I'm running.
Oh, that's right. Gay birds. We're gonna go kill gay birds. Are you on? Are you coming on? Or are you still entertaining? Before we hop on the boat. 46, Sebus. How about that? Yeah, that's where we're going. Over that bird place. Yeah, we're actually getting good at this game. Only took 3 years. Dispersing, my man. What's going on? It's getting there. Thompson wants to do catch keep. What level can you start going to the plains? Oh, okay, Thompson. Don't worry if you can't join us tonight. Have fun. Enjoy your made-up social life.
Don't get the corona.
I'm kidding. Oh, really? Awesome. We should start doing that.
What, plain dandy?
No, the plains. Start dipping our toes in the plains. And you know, you don't have to swim in the Plain of Fear. You just have to be afraid.
Oh, yeah. We can go there. That's what you guys are talking about by the plains. Let's go to one of those.
Yeah. They're neat.
Never been. All the years that I've played this game, I've never been in anything beyond like a level 40 area.
Was on the live servers are frequently hot zones. Zones to just go and level in. the original plains, I mean. Plane of Fear, Plane of Disease, Plane of Jump Stalks, I don't know. You're never going to live that down.
You just need to trust me. Just put me on follow. I swear. This time you'll not drown.
Well, maybe we can do that. Maybe that's a plan for tomorrow night. Dip our toe in the Plane of Fear and see what happens. There's a lot of random things around. You can just pull single pull. Safe spots to pull too. Unless it's changed completely from the live servers.
I mean, you could easily twist that whole situation and event with the Thorn drowning into like a CSI Unsolved Mysteries kind of video. Bum bum bum. How's that theme song go?
Dum, dum.
Yeah, I can hear it in my head.
Gathorn's what, 52 now? Gathorn, or Thompson's 51, I believe.
Is this it?
Yes. Alright, I'm gonna grab a coffee. Don't get me killed.
Who are you following?
Gathorn.
Damn.
Nice try. I will be right back. Alright, we're back. Let's kill some chickens. Well, let's try this. Six-point damage, or 6-point damage for the proc. That's insane. grab another one.
I'm fucking tearing it up right now. This is stupid. Haste. Just even a little bit.
Yeah, I think they're 15%. Could be wrong. 15 or 20, I forget. Slower than the belt. The haste belt, whatever. Flowing black silk sash or whatever.
Yeah, but you can stack them, can't you?
No.
Oh, it's just the gloves for the...
Yeah, one
belt.
equipment item, one spell buff.
Oh, okay.
And it's whichever one's higher. I don't know if I'd like to see this game updated, but I'd like to see Asheron's Call updated. Better engine. Same mechanics, same system, same everything. Just a better engine. Link your poker thing when you get a chance. Huh. Neat. That's something I gotta do, is upgrade my main weapon.
I got a upgrade to some armor as well today while I was hunting. I wish I could get like...
Oh, Raven Scale, that's the rogue set.
Yeah.
You get all the pieces out of well, that thing down where the ogres live, the lizard place. God, what the hell's it called? Why can't I think of the name?
The Cabal? Are you talking about the lizard?
No, the ones are in a Guk, or outside of Guk, the Fira.
Oh, yeah, that temple place.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that place?
Kazakh.
Yeah.
Ooh, drop some frames. Neat. Words of quivering. Makes me quiver.
What's that necro spell that you have?
What?
You always say that you have a spell for my necro.
Oh, it's a direct damage necro spell.
Boss. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
look it up.
has a really fast cast time, I believe.
Ooh, 220 poison damage. It's a pretty nice chunk of damage. Did you die?
Yeah.
They still don't hate me yet.
Takes a while. I don't think they ever go beyond threatening either.
Want me to pull that guy? Oh, I'll stab him right in the foot.
Ah, it doesn't work. It's weird. Alright, route one. Pull him over. He resisted me. Do you use the macro for hiding?
No.
Oh, it's pretty nice. It does backstab and then hide. Helps shed some aggro.
I usually just do the backstab, pop up, and do my hide.
Oh.
I have one of the dice that has the buttons on the side. I could do a macro. It would probably shave a little bit of time off on the process.
No, I mean, you can just make them like a single click. You don't have to do a special
I mean,
mouse button or anything. You just make a macro. What is this? I don't know. I forget how it is.
if I had to think about it, it would be doability,
Yes.
backstab B, and your.
It would be like slash back doability 1.
Yeah.
And then
and then go into the hide from that, or go into an attack.
And
I don't know.
pause 5/do ability. Something, I don't know. Sounds like math stuff.
I like hitting buttons. I've never been a fan of macros.
Yeah, well, Rogue, you don't
not
really.
a big seal.
Yeah, you don't use any of your hotkeys for Rogue. You don't have spells or special abilities or anything.
Yeah.
Just backstab and hide.
So I don't know if I told you, we move into the house Monday.
Yeah, you mentioned that in the Discord.
So,
Awesome.
I know, excited. It's not really away from people like I prefer it to be for being out in the country, because I am still out in the country. I'm just in a little tiny town
Right.
in the country. But it's not like I can go out back and shoot my gun, which is kind of what I was hoping for.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
like still in the,
I'm going to buy a ranch here at some point, and you can just build a house on. We'll just build you a house on the property. You know, when I'm rich. And
yeah. I'm down. Get some low cabin property.
yeah, some of those really nice ones. You know, with the big plate glass windows. And,
Right. Like at least 22 acres.
at least.
Get lost on your own property. Yeah, I'm getting about 1% as well.
Yep.
Seems a waste to be killing all these birds and to like not be frying them up or something.
I know, right? Look at us doing stuff. I just cast that? My mana's low.
Mine too. I love that proc. One thing I like about this new place that we're getting though is it's all brick, like solid, like 100
good.
old, like the old way they made houses. So this thing is gonna hold.
Yeah.
So if we need a fortress, it's got a nice solid bunker in the basement.
Very
The basement's really nice. There's a lot of windows for, you know, overhead shots down onto whoever's coming around.
Good.
You know what I mean? Like
Howitzer in the front yard.
exactly. Dogs with rabies running around the back.
There you go. Sounds like you got it all figured out.
If it comes down to it, because the way that the world's going right now, you never know.
God. Yeah, I know. It's retarded. It's just retarded.
It's you can't even be on a side anymore, and it's confusing me because I'm always a person that's always trying to look into helping a person or a side in some way or another. At least trying to look at, you know what I mean, how I view things. To always try and look through their shoes kind of person.
You know, they're forcing you to choose a side.
Well, that, but it's just like all of them are just terrible.
Yeah.
At the time, it's just like you're blatantly terrible. Morally, and that's the only way I judge how to live my life is just through a moral compass. I get sickened by the way everybody is acting anymore. Even when it comes to just people having normal conversations about politics, like you can't even do it. This is my problem with Trump's thing when he came in the first time, not about Trump, but like how the whole political world just kind of shifted, whereas you could no longer talk to people about what you thought, because the second you opened your mouth that opposed what they thought, it just immediately turned into like a I hate you battle.
Yeah.
And like that's the terrible thing about politics now, at least in like the common folk, how they deal with it. And it's still the same way. And I always try and stay out of politics, but then once the whole 4 years comes around, vote for somebody, I now can't even get on Facebook anymore because I get pissed every time I get on it.
Oh, good. You'll be a much happier person if you just delete it from your life. Just use the messenger.
I try to be so peaceful about it too, and try to just be like
You can't.
information based. Like
can't.
I try not to put any judgment out there, even though I could easily.
It's impossible to do that now. Even when presented with video evidence of a situation, it just doesn't matter. You know, like the Breonna Taylor thing.
I don't know about that.
Oh, it's this drug dealer's girlfriend that got shot during a police raid on the boyfriend's apartment. They they were issued a no-knock warrant, but they decided to just go ahead and knock anyhow. Just, you know, announce their presence. This is the police. We're coming in. You know, brace yourselves. And then they, when nobody answered the door, they let themselves in. You know, as cops will. And the boyfriend's standing there with a pistol, and he opens fire on him, on the cops. Shoots one of them at least, but the girlfriend gets caught in the crossfire when the police shoot back. And you know, unfortunate, but
Yeah, I mean, you really can't control that.
no.
I mean, I don't this is like you're talking too many incidents now where it just makes no sense. At the beginning of all of it, they were at least showing evidence that made you raise your eyebrow.
Yeah.
Now they're just showing anything that they can show that just shows somebody killing a black person.
Yeah, just that 3-second segment where, you know, they shoot him in the back 7 times. None of the context.
With context, even if I could argue with you that it might have been excessive force, they went there for a criminal.
Yeah.
The criminal opened fire first.
Yeah.
You can put emotion into things, and I like to do that all the time. So sometimes I feel like emotion has a place, but in a lot of places, most of the time, logic just takes over. If you're shooting at a cop and you're a criminal and they're there for a no-knock warrant, clearly some gunfire is probably about to happen. If you're balls enough to shoot at a cop,
They're going to shoot back.
yeah, I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. Same thing with like the whole thing that happened in our area with the guy that chased the cop with a knife.
Yeah. Oh, Lancaster.
Yeah, they were trying to say that he had some
He was autistic,
mental, yeah.
and his mother just died of polio, and you know, he's a good boy. He didn't do nothing.
Except last year, he just tried to stab a bunch of people that were mouthing off to him as well. Like, he got arrested for that shit. Like, people leave that shit out. And then on top of that, who cares if you're autistic? If you're autistic, you should still be taught to not chase cops with a knife.
Or you shouldn't be left unsupervised if you're that dangerous to society.
Yeah, if you're that dangerous, exactly.
Well, I mean, you got the George Floyd thing. Guy was hardcore ODing on fentanyl. Cops were there just because of a counterfeit money report. And you know, when they arrived on scene, he was obviously acting erratic because he was pretty well hopped up on a whole medicine cabinet full of drugs, including the incredibly lethal dose of fentanyl, like 3 or 4 times the lethal dosage. Resists arrest. Was dead before they even took him out of the car. He was just taking his good old time about it. Seen on camera dropping various packets of drugs as they're escorting him to the sidewalk. Whatever. You know, held a gun to a pregnant woman's belly while him and 5 of his buddies trashed her apartment trying to get money for drugs or whatever. Not a model citizen by any stretch. One of the arresting officers had a history with the guy because they did security at a club, so he knew what the guy's temperament was like. So he was on guard when they got there. The guy who got shot 7 times in the back was, the police were reporting to a call of a man going to harass his rape victim. He was already pending charges for sexual assault against the woman whose house he was at, and he was taking her car, and her kids were in the car. He had a weapon. He reached into the car for a knife or something like that. I don't know. They tased him a couple times, and it didn't do anything. There's always more to the story, but none of that matters, as long as we get a chance to riot and scream and act like 5-year-olds. Claim victimhood.
What's crazy is that they could easily promote and talk about incidences that are actually plausible incidences to talk about, in the sense of police just overstepping their boundaries and just being in the wrong place entirely.
Yeah.
But they seem to always want to focus on when like a criminal is involved.
Well, here's my theory, and it's been holding up so far since Trayvon. They find a victim of police brutality, finger quotes. The situation is incredibly questionable, but they decide to go ahead with the outrage, and they insist on ridiculous charges like murder 1, murder 2, stuff that obviously cannot be shown to be true in a court of law. For the simple fact that when the police officer gets exonerated, it gives them another excuse to riot in the streets. Lather, rinse, repeat. It's been the same pattern for every one of these things.
But again, still, the people that are in charge of these things to happen clearly are just as the same as the quote-unquote white people that are in charge of just standard America, that are running how our lives are and ruining the American way that us normal people would say.
Yeah.
But like, how can't anybody else notice that they're just only putting in the news and the riots are only just starting? How much lemmings do you have to be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be like, this guy's a clear criminal, but just last week, a little girl was shot. Though the circumstances were a little iffy, it's still bad. Or an EMT worker, due to a warrant, and the address not even being the address on the warrant, getting shot. Small little ones like that happen all the time.
Yeah.
Hell, there was even one in Williamsport where no one died, luckily. But the state, was it the state police, or I don't know, it was one of the sections, state or local, got all swatted up, raided this house, went in there, and the house they were raiding wasn't even the address on the warrant. The person they were looking for never even lived at that address. The owner of the house was a predominant lawyer in the town.
Oh, good.
Yeah. They washed the hands of that situation and just walked away.
Yeah.
And it was
Settle.
just young black couple, and they just like, nope, we fucked up. Hurry up and get out.
Yep.
Act like nothing happened.
There was a incident in I think it was Arizona not too long ago, where there was a complaint to 911. Noisy neighbor complaint, and the guy reported it as some kind of domestic disturbance, a fight going on or something like that. And the 911 operator asked him if it sounded like anybody was getting hurt, and he says if it'll get the cops here faster, then yes, it sounds like there's something physical going on. Okay, well, the cops show up, but instead of clearly identifying themselves when they knocked on the door, they knocked on the door and then stepped aside. Never said a word, mind you. Stepped aside from the door so you couldn't see them through the peephole, for example. So, it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, whatever. It's nighttime in Arizona. And the guy's looking out the door, but he can't see anybody standing out there. And, they obviously just knock because cops aren't quiet when they knock. So he opens the door. He has his pistol in his hand, opens the door. And he sees one cop in front of him, and then there's another cop behind him. And the cop in front of him, draws his weapon and says, "Put the gun down." So the guy, puts his hands out to his side, away, with the pistol pointed in a safe direction, starts kneeling down to put the pistol down on the ground, complying completely with the officer's demands. And the cop that was standing behind him shot him 5 or 6 times in the back and killed him.
Jesus.
Yeah. That was legitimate gross negligence on the part of the police officers.
Yeah, and that shit happens all the time.
Yeah, not one peep. Not one peep.
I am all for this whole, bringing up the topic of reform.
The punchline is, sorry, this is the punchline. I wasn't quite finished yet. The punchline was they were making so much noise because they were playing Crash Bandicoot.
Perfect. Oh Oh my god, you died because of Crash
It
Bandicoot.
was a guy and his
That is
girlfriend playing Crash
terrible.
Bandicoot and just getting whooping and hollering because they were having so much fun.
Wow. That guy that called in the cops is getting haunted for life.
Well, he probably will be brought up on charges of falsifying a police report that resulted in death.
Sure.
Yeah.
At least somebody should attempt to do so.
And the cops are screwed. Well, at least the one that shot him.
Yeah,
Oh.
because here's the thing. In Arizona, open carry is just normal.
Yeah, perfectly
Everybody has it in Arizona. Everybody. So, like, there's been plenty of times that I've walked to my door with my gun in my hand because it's Arizona. You know how many times I've heard gunshots just like 4 blocks away? Like, it's a sketchy place. It's still very much the Wild West. People don't give two shits. They do what they want. It's too spread out.
Yeah.
You know how those desert towns are.
Yeah.
There's not enough force to really cover what can happen and what can't go down. So the people take it up for themselves to defend themselves.
And for the most part, it works.
Yeah. That's nuts, though.
How much money do they drop on average?
I'm splitting it, and I'm getting roughly about 1 platinum
Right.
on average.
So I had to fire somebody this week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure they deserved it.
They did. Yesterday morning, I didn't want to get up and open the store. I did not want to get up at 5:30 if I didn't have to. So it's kind of a dick move on my part, but let her open the store and get everything all set up and whatnot, so that when I went in at 9 o'clock, everything was all done. I just had to run the store after I fired her. It's awful.
Whatever.
Yeah, but I let her get a couple hours in. The bitch calls at 4 o'clock in the morning saying she's not going to show up. She's not going to be able to make it to work because she's sick. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Who do you think's going to get that message? So the store wasn't open. And I get a call at like 7:30, a half hour after the store was supposed to be open, that the store's closed.
Oh yeah. See, you can't do that.
No.
If you have a key person, or if you're a person with a key and you are designated to get something going, sorry, you don't get sick days.
No. Well, I mean, you can. You just have to give me notice. You know, you can't
Right.
message my girlfriend at 4 o'clock in the morning and expect me. That was the only notification I got. They sent her. She sent her a text message or a message on Facebook. Can you tell them I'm not
How
going
sick
to?
can you really be if at 4 o'clock in the morning you're searching around for a way to get a hold of somebody?
Oh no, she wasn't
Or-
searching. She sent her a friend request shortly after starting. It's kind of weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shelby frequent that place?
Oh, she's in there all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maddie loves it there. She loves
Yeah.
it there. Yeah, when they're back there playing the machine, she goes back there and says hi to everybody, and they start handing her money.
Good. There's something about and I kind of experienced it with the game shop. Just about being young and being in a shop that your parent runs.
Yeah.
Just kind of gives you this like I do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, pretty much. And she does.
Oh, this Slim Jim? Yeah, I'm just gonna get it off the shelf and eat it.
No, she won't do that. She won't do that.
I would. The candy situation in the game shop is different, though, I guess.
What's that?
The candy situation in the game shop.
No, that
You
was
didn't
different.
really make money off of candy.
No, that was just convenience.
Yeah, man, I lived off those freaking 100 grams. 100 grands and It was always canned soda, right?
Yeah.
It was always canned soda. Man, I miss the game shop. I
Me
love
too.
that place.
I really do.
I think about it all the time.
Why isn't Gathorn in the group?
So we get better XP, I guess. The Thorn's just been in power level mode all week.
Druids are good for that. Hit you with the damage shield, keep you healed. Druids are good power levelers.
So that whole him and Thompson and Blackborough, stupid. I bet you all you have to do is just put on his freaking AoE song, just stand there. Because all you have to do is tag him once, and you get the experience from a damage shield deck.
What was
Even if he
Thompson playing? Or was
was on a bard.
New Bard?
Well, I don't know how new, but low level bard.
Huh, I didn't know he had a Bard. Yeah, with Bards it's easy. You just stand there with your song going, and it just melts them down. And you twist both of them together.
Yeah, it doesn't really take that much aggro.
No.
At least it wouldn't from like a Thorn who's using snares.
Yeah, snares generate a shit ton of aggro. That's how you power level on a Bard. You just play your snare song. That's what remember Lion's Den when he would hurt up half of Oasis, and we'd start nuking everything. You'd start lagging out from all the spell effects going on.
But I am really enjoying playing this Pally, and if I can get it up high enough to replace Mako Thakiston, I would totally do it.
Alright, then you can start tanking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll tank, and you can just go full DPS.
Start leveling my Ranger.
Or
the Bard.
Or the Bard. He's level 19 right now.
Hunt with my monk.
I think Bards and Rangers and all of them are level 30s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just looked at it too. Level 20, I get double attack. He's actually a beast. He doesn't do a lot of damage.
No, they don't.
But he can take a crap load of damage. And I like to touch myself.
Yeah. I heard
It's
that.
a joke amongst paladins that they shouldn't do that stuff, but I saved my lay on hands specifically just for me. I follow the goddess of love, so I kind of feel like it's an appropriate thing to do.
Yeah, that's true. Was it Orolsi or Irolesi or
something like that? Yeah. I had to go that one so I could go to Freeport.
Oh. Why Freeport?
Everybody else is there already.
We always start in Kinos.
I know. It's usually where I always go, and leveling is actually a lot better there. But I just wanted to deck them out with gear real quick.
Oh yeah, that's where all your characters are. Yeah, Kinos is just so far out of the way.
The best starting place, though.
It is. Bar none.
Like shit, when the Thorn took me to the bandits and just camped them, I don't for what, like an hour and a half tops. I made 100 platinum just for turning in the selling of all the, what is it, bronze?
Yeah.
Yeah, bronze weapons.
Alright, I'm gonna grab a coffee real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, it's gonna be funny. Every bar does it at least once. Alright, I will be right back. Just gonna grab a coffee. Alright, we're back. Gotta buff up. I had such high hopes for that scythe, but it really sucks.
What did it do?
It's a 6-point proc. It does 6 points of damage when it procs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shock of
Like
frost.
Skull Frost?
What's that?
Oh, it's just Shock of Frost?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. What level are you?
46.
Okay. if you were to go a DPS focused version,
Yeah.
are you go two-hander or dual wield?
Two-hand, definitely. Much higher DPS on two-hand. Oh wait, you mean for the ranger?
No, for your Shadow Knight.
Oh no, yeah, they don't dual wield.
Oh, they can't dual wield?
No, same as paladin. So you always go two-hand.
Yeah. You think a two-hander would do more damage than dual wielding?
Oh yeah, it's been shown to have much higher DPS.
What about proc heavy weapons?
Well, it would depend on the proc. Too many variables. Like if it does shock and frost, it's not going to help you that much.
But let's see here. It's lore item, so you couldn't do that, but you could do one of the brood, and then there's another low level, or there's another weapon that does a proc on first level. That's really nice as well. I can't think of the weapon. I think it's a piercing weapon.
I don't know.
But say you had something like that. I don't know. Two-hander definitely does have more a harder hit.
Yeah.
Instead of doing like 30 points for one hit, you're doing 60.
And long delay weapons do more damage. If you have like a 50 delay versus a 30 delay, the 50 delay will do more damage even if they have the same damage listed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
I don't know how the math works. I don't know. There's some craziness going on. But yeah, long delay two-hand weapons. Yeah, the path to take. That's what I'm trying to upgrade. I want to get a Noctivant blade for one hand, just because it's freaking cool looking. And
Yeah.
then I just want to get a better two-hand. It's main
What
hand damage
two-hander?
bonus. Okay. I don't know. Whatever's better than 30 to 48. 30 damage, 48 delay. That's what I currently have.
What's the isn't the Shadow Knight's epic like badass? I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Two-handers get higher damage bonus based on delay. Because after a certain point, weapons get a damage bonus. It doesn't show. I don't think it shows up on the weapons yet. But on live, you can see what the actual weapon damage bonus is.
All right, so Interrock's Curse is your two-hander. Epic. It's 40 for 45. At level 50, it does Soul Consumption.
Soul Consumption.
Which is tears at your target soul, causing 50 damage every 6 seconds for 5 ticks. So it's a pretty nice dot. It's got a nice bunch of stats too. Looks badass.
Oh,
It's not the flame sword I thought.
What?
I thought yours was a flame sword.
Emberblade,
sometime.
yeah.
Looked like a flame sword.
Oh, the Shadow Knight epic, you mean?
Yeah.
I have no. I don't know what it is. I've never even looked into it. Very unlikely I'll ever get it.
I'm not even helping you. I'm looking at P99 wiki. Oh no, it is the Paladin's epic. That is like a flame sword.
Oh yeah.
Fiery defense.
Yeah. Yeah, Paladin's one. Sword's sexy. And the warriors get the lightsabers.
I mean, if we get to 50, I think that's what we should do with our characters, is run around and get each class's...
Seneschal. Oh, that's nice. 37 damage, 45 delay. That's kind of sexy. AC4. Be a nice replacement for this.
What is it?
37 damage, 45 delay, 6 strength, 6 stamina, 2 intelligence, 4 AC. And Naginata.
Where'd you see that at? Oh, someone sent it to you.
Yeah. I forgot I got
That
it.
is pretty... Naginata. You know, that's reminding me, Legend of the Five Rings.
Yeah. I made Hida Yakamo on the City Heroes.
Oh, yeah.
Gave him a Tetsubo and everything.
But I think that's what we should do.
What's that?
After we all get to 50, we should all work as a group to get our epics.
Okay. They're hard to get.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but as a group, I don't think we could do it as all as a 50 because they're all 46 plus.
Yeah, no, I don't think we could. There's a lot of them require really odd spawns and drops and trips to the plains and weird shit. Like, I know Ranger, you have to go to Plane of Fear and kill some things to get some parts. And
we could do it. We're the Fellowship, and we're pros now. We only die when the game screws us over. Yeah, let's go get you a new Two-Hander.
Seneschal, I've seen him one before. That's Jeebit Jeeb's Seneschal. He's gonna sell me that Naginata for 500.
I've got like 65 on me.
I got it in the bank, I just have to go get it. Damn, 24% in already. I was 6 when we got here. One of these days when we're on, I gotta get him to go through all my alts and make them officers. That's retarded. I think like two of my alts can actually invite people into the guild.
I did that with my paladin, so I feel like I have more of a purpose to play that character now.
Yeah, you gotta recruit.
I don't know how to recruit people though.
You target them and just
I'm an
type.
officer.
You just target them, type /guild invite. All one word.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to be in the same zone. It's easier if you just target them. You can do /guild invite name, but most people's names are so difficult to spell. It's easier to just target them. Alright, Jeewit, I am heading over to the bank. I will meet you at the tunnel. Oh. I appreciate it. I've been trying to find an upgrade for quite a while. The proc on this is absolutely worthless. That plus 15 stamina is nice, but the Invigor proc is just... Ooh, I recharge endurance faster. Endurance is one of those things you don't use until later on, when you get combat abilities. Who's that? Nezradul. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Oh, nice. Oh, he's telling me the Naginata has the same damage to delay ratio as the Shadow Knight Epic. So there you go. I don't even have to get my Epic. Yeah. Epic has a lot of nice stats on it, though.
Yeah, it does. But it doesn't look like a Naginata. Like, I really hope this thing looks like a Naginata.
No, it looks like a
Yeah, I mean.
halberd.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lame.
That'd be my guess. I don't know. No, I got locked out of it, Nez, and the process involved in getting it back was just so tiresome. I just decided to start from scratch. A little more focused this time. More focused on the guild than just me. The two-part authentication, I got locked out of Twitch and couldn't authenticate a password change without getting into the authenticator, but then I got locked out of the authenticator. And in order to get that, there was phone calls involved, and no. Just wasn't interested. I didn't violate any terms or anything. It was just, I was changing the password or something like that, trying to reset the password. And then I got locked out of the authenticator at the same time. So I couldn't use the authenticator to validate the password reset, and yeah. So we started from scratch. And it was nice. It was fun to do. Mostly just EverQuest now. That's pretty much all I stream. Every once in a while I'll hop on like City Hero server, or Asheron's Call server, or whatever. Well, it's mostly just EverQuest now. No, because of the authentication. In order to verify the password change request, you need the authenticator to do that. Because it uses two-part authentication. It's generally a good idea to do something like that when you get affiliate. So you want to make sure you protect your account. But I discovered the flaw in the system.
That same thing happened to me when I switched computers. My Authy was only set up on the one desktop.
Oh, awesome.
So when I tried to log into Twitch on the new computer, I was told, "What's your Authy token?"
Yeah, that's
But
what
I
it
didn't
is,
have-
Authy.
Yeah, but I didn't have the computer hooked up, so I couldn't log into Twitch until I get that Authy token. I couldn't download the app on my new phone because it was going off my old phone information, and it would take a week for them to update phone information if I even had the correct profile. Because I'm pretty sure I accidentally messed up and made two. But yeah, Authy, if you get locked out of it, it's hard to get back in.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, there was phone calls involved and everything. I don't want to do all that. It was, it was nice having the 500 followers on the Twitch thing, but it's not like it's not redoable or whatever. Sent you a follow, Nez.
Muted,
What's that?
I think.
Oh yeah. I was sorry. I used the mouse wheel. Tab browsing. Yeah, I remember. In a couple of weeks, we're going to switch the whole format. I'm just going to start wearing push-up bras and yoga pants and
Yes.
complain about how I'm being unfairly persecuted.
I was hoping that you would go down this avenue.
What choice do I have?
Well, I just want to see the channel succeed. And unless you do what you just said, it's not. That's just how the entertainment industry is today.
Well, I'm willing to take one for the team.
My best ever stream was the day that I lost the bet and had to wear a nightgown during the entire stream.
Oh yeah, no, it's wide open, Nez. Yeah, feel free. I'm heading over to EC. I'll be the big one that scratches himself inappropriately. Uh-oh. It may have crashed. Nope. Woot, finally. Spent a couple days just sitting in that damn tunnel while I was watching YouTube videos, looking for a two-hander that would qualify as an upgrade.
There's more than one belt waist item that gives you haste, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
It's hard for me to remember because I'm used to playing on the live servers, so I get confused about that stuff. It's like there, all the belts have haste on them. You know, the Defiant gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every single belt beyond, like the 3rd tier has haste on it, some sort. And then you got the haste potions, and then you can stack a song or a spell on top of that.
Oh damn, these wraps are 22% haste.
What's that?
The hand wraps are 22%.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember. Got them a few weeks ago.
I wonder mathematically how much that changes. Let me look at my stat, actually.
I imagine there's a DPS calculator out there somewhere. You type in the appropriate numbers and damage, delay, haste. If not, Gathorn needs to get on that.
Yeah, because in all reality, when I put it on, every stat goes down.
Oh, what?
So, I mean, I know the 22% haste well makes up for the minor decrease in stats that I'm having.
Oh, yeah.
They're just minor. But I would like to see that 22% somehow in my stats. Like, it should just show what my, I don't know, what would that be? That would be an agility thing?
That would be a haste score. You just have a haste stat. It's something that pops up later on. T1. That's T1. Looking for a lizard. You see any lizards? Ah, there he is. Thank you, sir.
Let's see this beefy thing.
Oh, it is a Naginata. How about that?
Yeah, we need to deck you out like a samurai the rest of the way. That's awesome.
Alright, where's Gathorn? Where are you guys at?
Entrance of the tunnel.
Oh yeah, my earrings suck. Intelligence and agility. Neat, upgrades. Now I'm sexy.
Upgrades are the best in EverQuest.
Yeah, they are. You get so excited. Appreciate it. Jeebit. Jeebs. Alright, I'll be right back. Go and grab a coffee. Alright, sorry that took so long. As soon as I stood up, I was reminded I just drank 2/3 a pot of coffee. Somebody's being assaulted by a lesser mummy.
I think you're muted again.
Am I still?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I hear you. Yeah, let's do some specters. Don't they bring in good money?
I don't know. Just like killing them. Gotta wait for that guy.
Wow, I can't believe you just called that thing a lance. Disrespect. Oh, look, it's even got a little eagle right on the side.
Oh, does it? I can't see it. Oh, on the blade, yeah.
Yeah. I think you're strong enough to go solo Kaz.
I think I'm good.
If a weak ass enchanter can do it by himself, I'm sure you, as a big ass burly ogre shadow knight.
Enchanters are the only ones that can do it. Because of his regeneration rate, I think.
I know.
Yeah.
I watched some dude, I can't remember who it was. Took him like 20 minutes.
Ah, I meant these specters. Oasis specters. He took us down to Furat. There's nobody in Oasis. Oh, is there? Unless he's anonymous. Role-playing mode. Ah. Well, I got a spare two-hander. I don't think I have any alt. Oh no, I have that paladin, that dwarf paladin. That's who's getting it.
There you go.
I have to get my port spells on the druid. And then I can just start bopping this stuff all over the place. When Thorn's not on. Yes, sir, Siberian. How's it going? Where are we at? Where's the... There it is. Let's find another... Undershore, okay. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. I honestly didn't think I'd ever see 46. A report was just done, speaking of the COVID thing, where they analyzed all the COVID cases. And compared that with the comorbidity rate of the various people that died of COVID. And they came to the conclusion that the actual number of people killed by COVID is off by like 96%. Or 94% or something like that. Some ungodly number. The ones that were actually killed by COVID and didn't have like 2 or more comorbidities in place. Comorbidity, because that's a word people use. Yeah, I have a halfling druid too. Just we were playing him the last weekend, I think. Last weekend was all alts. Don't worry, we only have to put up with it for another month or two. No, I'll be gone. $163, that's a new high for me. Holy crap. Yeah. I'd be willing to put money on it. As soon as it's no longer politically expedient. I've been hearing these Biden commercials on the radio at work. Him talking about, this is Trump's America. You're talking about the riots and his lackluster response to the COVID pandemic, and it was very misleading, to say the least. Looking forward to the first round of debates. I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that it's going to be a whole night of Biden getting softball questions and being allowed to speak over time, and all this crap that they do. Getting the answers or questions beforehand so he can come prepared, so he can put the right responses down on his teleprompter or earpiece or whatever.
I would like to see the Libertarian Party also be up on the debates.
I would too. I would like to see it open up, but
I only say because I think she's like the first one in a very long time that's gotten the approval of all states' ballots as a, what do you call it? I'm so bad with political terms. That's the candidate, I'm assuming, something like that.
yeah, she also got the questions beforehand. Came out later on that one of the CNN folks delivered a copy of the questions before the debates. Not that it helped her.
I honestly don't think there's going to be a debate. But I don't know how Biden could even go through a debate. I believe Trump for 4 hours straight could talk shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He loves to hear himself self-talk.
I have no question about that. I mean, I would hope that the overwhelming majority of it would be some plausible, worthwhile shit. But it's Trump. Sometimes it's just fluff. But Biden has nothing at all. Like he has no public speaking skills.
Oh, he does. He's just getting a bit demented in his old age.
That's what I mean. He's too old. He falls asleep halfway through a sentence.
What's with all the rusty sides?
I know. I thought they would drop something better. Is there even a higher quality than a rusty scythe?
Yeah, there's
Is there like a
there's a scythe, and then there's like a bronze scythe or something. I don't know. There's a couple different ones that they drop. Oh, Hillary, yeah, yeah. And you know, we're all currently distracted by COVID and the riots and whatnot. And you know, this whole time, the whole time that crap's been going on, she's been forced to testify. And nothing's been reported about it because everybody's been distracted by other things.
I mean, they do it all the time, though. Anytime something big happens, they always find some kind of news
Oh yeah.
fork in the road to focus your attention on. Yeah, what if COVID is just a cover up for, because of this year, let's be honest, like this year has been hit hard for any kind of predator like people that might be out there. You know, I mean, child trafficking, any of the Epstein incidences. Like, this is a big year for that. And then all of a sudden, like, the whole COVID thing happens. No one talks about anything else, really. Just COVID. And isn't this like the 17,000 COVID outbreak that happened in China anyways? Like, this happens to their area all the time. It's like their flu.
Yeah, I don't know if necessarily COVID, but they don't exactly have a stellar track record when it comes to epidemics.
Not COVID. What's the original strain name?
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus, yeah. Like, the coronavirus is like their flu. They have TV shows talking about people getting infected with the coronavirus that date back to like 2013. We just don't see that on our Netflix because we're not from that area. I saw that shit on YouTube. It blew my mind. It was like a Asian soap opera.
My favorite part about this whole thing is when it's finally revealed to have been just a major hoax. I get to look at all those mask wearers and just point and laugh. I know it's petty, but Jesus Christ. Open up a web browser. That's all you need to do. Do some research. Dig into it. These are things that are affecting your life in a major way. Don't you think you should be a little more informed? I don't mean CNN. I like this thing. This thing is nice. It's increased my damage by at least 15 points. I should be repopping here in a minute.
You know, how I view this whole mask thing is, fuck it. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask.
Right.
If you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Look at Japan. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a rule that you wear a mask in Japan, but you see a lot of them. I don't know, because you still see a lot of them now. It's a sociable, acceptable rule that if you're sick, to probably wear a mask.
Yeah, if you're sick.
Right. So that's not a bad rule to have, though. It is a social rule in the sense of keep your sickness to yourself.
Americans
that's
never
not
do
bad. No, but I'm saying, like, Japan does the whole wear a mask thing, or at least did the whole wear a mask thing in an appropriate way.
Yeah.
That I thought, like, so I don't care if people wear a mask, but this whole mandating of mask wearing is getting out of hand.
No, it's unconstitutional.
I'm glad to see that some of these people are actually getting held accountable for these things, like these governors and high official people. Who knows if they'll actually get punished for anything, but it's at least being brought to the attention. Like, you guys are fucking treason. you're making treason, or you're doing treason, or whatever the hell you want to call it, how you would want to word it.
Well, there's several constitutional violations. You know, restriction of assembly, you know, freedom of assembly. Um, one of the primary ones. Lots of Commerce Clause violations. You know, Bob's Furniture Store isn't allowed to sell lamps, but Walmart is. You know, where's the consistency? Um, the judge's ruling, you know, against Governor Wolf, stated basically that the biggest problem I have with all these mandates is their lack of specificity. You don't say when you're going to end the lockdowns. You don't say what businesses constitute essential businesses. It just seems to be kind of arbitrarily assigned. There's no list of, you know, this is what your store has to be in order to remain open. And when confronted by that, the response was, well, you know, we didn't make the list. We just figured people would figure it out.
Yeah, that's pretty much how this all went about.
And then they started fining people for not adhering to that. One of my regulars got fined 3 times for not wearing a mask.
I'd rip the ticket up right there.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do against all these people that, you know, have paid these fines only to find out that what you were doing was wrong in the first place? Now they appealed it. They appealed the decision, taking it to a higher court.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
mean,
going to get struck down again.
I'm one of those people that, I hate to say it, if I was not born, and this is going to come off racist, and I don't want it to be, and it's not meaning
Racist.
If my skin color was a different skin color and authority would to come to me and deal with me with bullshit, I would be outraging and just talking back and being like, yeah, you're stupid. Like, what do you now? You can't fine me for not wearing a mask. It's not the law. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now there's sometimes that I've been overly too cocky. This is all teenage years stuff, though. I've never done this as an adult. But, you know, sometimes cops just overstep the boundaries. And even as a teenager, you still have the balls just to, like, let them know.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. Like, dude, you know what you're doing is illegal as shit. You're not even on duty, first off, bro. You just followed a crap load of kids on your bicycle, you creep. Like, you're not even wearing uniform, and you just put us all in handcuffs. I've gotten out of a lot of shit by opening my mouth to cops. But, like I said, if I was born of a different skin color, it probably could have been a different situation.
Yeah.
But I also grew up in the country, too, so...
Yeah.
Who knows? My environment doesn't really tell that.
When I was a teenager, I ran away. You know, this is when I was going through my juvenile detention center phase, where I kept getting sent to these various facilities in my youth. And I was currently between facilities and a runaway. I think I ran away from one facility, and they were trying to find me to put me into another one. And they found me down at the park, and didn't indicate that that's what they were there for. So when they, you know, I was there with a bunch of my friends, you know, they told me to put my hands on the car, and they started frisking me, and then one of them slapped cuffs on one of my wrists, and I freaked out. Picked him up, tossed him down in a mud puddle, smacked the other one on the side of the head with a dangling handcuff. It turned into this messy, dirty, muddy brawl. By the time it was over and the cops were taking me to the next facility, they were just caked in mud, and it was flaking off their uniforms all through the facility. And you know, they took me there. They said, you know, we'll be back tomorrow with the official charges. And the administrator of the facility said, well, I'm sorry, then you're going to have to take them with you, because we can't have any kids here if there's charges pending. So they had to drop all the charges.
Good for them, dumbasses. They would have lost it anyways if anybody in their right mind would have said that they didn't announce who they were or telling you that you were being detained.
Right.
You can't slap handcuffs on you like that.
Well, this is a long time ago. The rules were different.
I know.
Yeah.
But even then, that rule still stands. But they're more lenient to press it. Like, you have to be told that you're being detained.
Yeah, no, it's a lot more specific now, but back then it was there was a lot of implication regarding the law. Common sense, a lot more common sense. He knew what we were there for. He knew he was guilty of something.
Oh yeah, definitely. But that's what I love about the law. Is it's supposed to be blatant. It's supposed to be, but it doesn't get practiced that way. Like if you are not allowed to detain anybody without outright telling them they are being detained. Black and white. There shouldn't be any kind of like gray area in between kind of thing. That's how usually the law is. But still, if it followed black and white, I would love the law. People would still take advantage of it though.
Oh yeah, well, you're supposed to. It's part of the social contract. For every law, there's got to be somebody out there trying to find a workaround. But regarding their handling of these riots that are going on in all these cities, I really am trying desperately to be sympathetic to their plight. But when you're arresting innocent people and ignoring the fact that these innocent people were just chased down the street by a whole mob of rioters, and you're arresting the one that's being chased down the street, there's a flaw here somewhere. You're not doing your job. You know, the job that you swore an oath to do. You didn't swear an oath to the mayor. You didn't swear an oath to the governor. You swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States to uphold the laws. And you're not doing that. Or you're doing it very arbitrarily. You saw these people start a fire. You saw these people commit acts of vandalism. You saw these people commit assault, and yet you're ignoring them and picking on the guy that's driving the car and just trying to get home from work. Just saw that today, I think it was.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to much.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, yeah. It's going crazy out there. It definitely seems like the authority have no clue what to do. There's no structure in like the metropolitan areas. Seems like the rural areas got this shit on lock.
Oh yeah, they do. Well, you saw what happened in Lancaster. It's not necessarily rural, but it's definitely not a big city. And you know, it's central Pennsylvania. It's very much blue country. And they started their shit there. 24 hours later, it was all over. They just said no. And there was this one small town where a bunch of protesters were coming down the street to start protesting in the neighborhoods and whatnot. And everybody in the neighborhood just got their rifles and met them on the street and said, nope, turn around and go back. You are not coming here and you're not starting your crap. Final warning. And
that'll happen here.
Did you see the protest in Williamsport? It was adorable.
What, just the other night, right?
Yeah.
I saw some like Facebook Live things. It didn't look like it was all that big.
It was like 5 socially awkward girls with purple hair checking their Facebook statuses and holding up a sign while they took selfies on the street corner.
Oh my god.
It was adorable.
It's just, you know, these kids and young adults that are out there right now doing this are nothing more than just what the hippies were during Vietnam. Really, think about it that way. Were the hippies really that smart?
They're all stoned.
Exactly. Their ideals are noble, but they went about it in such a stupid way.
Yeah.
But it looked beautiful. Like, there's nothing better than that woman that walked up and put a freaking flower in that dude's gun barrel. Like, are you kidding me? That picture just sold. Bam, your movement. Beautiful. Now, the movement these times around, they're not so beautiful.
Beating the hell out of garbage cans and smashing the windows in Starbucks.
Yeah.
There's your picture.
But it's the same shit.
The picture for this one is that guy's arm after Kyle shot him.
That was good. I've seen a lot of like aftermath memes of him talking about like his recovery and playing the victim card.
Yeah.
A lot of good memes came from him.
Yeah. He's being held on $2 million bond. If that doesn't tell you how politicized this whole thing has become. What was it? There's I forget who it was.
Whatever happened to that Kyle guy?
He's still waiting a hearing.
Wait till he turns 18 and then charge.
That's what we're afraid of.
Okay.
You know.
Listen. Day 2 after that shit happened, I was over at your house and I was talking. I told you they were going to do this shit to him.
He's got a good attorney though.
I hope so. I had no faith in these people.
The guy who defended, remember that protest thing where that kid was just standing there while that Indian guy was banging a drum in his face?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The guy who defended him is defending Kyle Rittenberg.
You know what, though? Listen, that Indian guy was in the wrong because he was an adult. But if I was that Indian guy and I was a teenager the same age, I still would have punched that kid in the face, too. Did you see his smirk? His smirk
He didn't do anything, though. The kid didn't do anything. He was standing there awkwardly while somebody was screaming in his face that he's a racist and a Nazi. What's that?
Just think of it as a bully standard. That smirk alone.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't even matter about the cause. I'd have thrown him in a trash can and taken his lunch money. Did you guys go in?
I'm just waiting for a repop up top.
Okay. I'm just kidding, by the way. I won't really do that.
Kyle's going to end up walking because they're pushing for a murder charge against him. Murder 2 at least, I think. I forget if it's 2 or 1. But they're pushing for an actual murder charge against him. There's, so much video evidence proving it was self-defense.
True. And that's my concern.
But
yep, that's what was my...
This is the point that I was trying to make earlier. They do this intentionally. They'll push for a murder rap on this guy knowing that they're never going to get it to stick. So that when he gets exonerated, that's another reason to riot. The worst thing that could happen to their cause is for somebody to actually be found guilty.
Okay, I can see it that way. Yeah. Okay. Because in my mind, I'm saying, if you're going to try and get him for murder charges, you're stupid. There's too much evidence that proves that it's self-defense. Even on the one that he actually killed the dude right off the get-go, which, damn, nice shooting.
And he wasn't even the first to fire. If you watch some of the videos, you'll see that somebody was shooting in his direction from on the other side of the parking lot.
Yep.
And that's what caused him to turn his head. And when he turned his head, he saw this guy bum rushing him, and he just, knee-jerk reaction, shot the guy in the face. Oh my God! When the protesters were applying first aid, they were putting pressure on his head wound, despite the fact that his brains were laying all across the freaking parking lot. We'll staunch the bleeding. He'll be okay.
I know. It's insane.
And I saw another one where a guy got clipped by a rubber bullet or something. It broke the skin on the inside of his leg. And they were putting a freaking tourniquet on the guy's leg. You're going to kill you. You're going to make the guy lose his leg over a freaking flesh wound. Idiots, freaking idiots. And this is your revolution, folks. These are the people that are going to show us the light, show us the error of our ways, and lead us into a brighter future.
These people are not the type of people to do these kind of things. I don't know where they even... At least in the riot in Los Angeles, when that shit rioted, it was like gangster-ass people that rioted. You know what I mean? Like, the bad people... I mean, there were some good people, too, that joined in the mix because, black rights and all of that. Yeah. But, people saw it as an opportunity to just go and loot shit. And it was like the professional.
Come up in the tower. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, but they're all repopping up here, and I need your damage.
Oh, I went up the wrong side.
We're not going to be on much longer, Thompson. If you want to just take the night off, we're going to probably be wrapping up here soon. Let me pull this one away. Ah! It's stuck in crouch. There. This one's half dead. Tell you what, definite damage increase with this Naginata. Huge damage increase compared to that axe. You can't disarm these guys either. No, 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 don't you, what are you, they don't run? What the hell? That was fun. Oh, golden earring, I thought it said goblin earring. $94 damage from that fall. Holy crap.
26.
Might have a little bit of weight on you. You weigh as much as my foot.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of D&D stuff lately. I don't know why. Well, I know why, because I'm a fiend and I love tabletop RPGs. But it's getting like my creative juices flowing. What do you think you would actually be if you were alive in that time, like as a character? Like, have you ever really thought? Like, I know you've made a lot of Dungeons and Dragons characters.
I'd be a bard.
Yeah? Have you ever made a character that you really thought, like, this would actually be me?
No, never. That was the whole point.
No?
I mean, I've made a lot of characters, but I always designed them to be not me.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever made one like me just back then. Like, my personality. Yeah. What do you think you would be, though?
What class?
Class or race, or even combo of both. Like,
Hello?
if you lived
Thompson.
that time, what's going on?
Yeah, inspectors?
Yeah. Just for a little bit longer. We're not going to be around much longer. It's after 2 already. Good question. Probably a bard.
Yeah, I can see you being a bard. Your highest stat would definitely be charisma.
Barbarian librarian.
Even though you're not very social as a person.
Not social, but I'm very sociable.
Yeah. I really don't know what I would be.
You'd be a gnome.
It's hard to... Yeah? You think I'd be a gnome?
Yeah. Gnome rogue.
No way.
I'd probably be a rogue, to be honest with you, but not like the evil steal your wallet rogue. The adventuring rogue. The one who scouts ahead and checks things out. Although I'm probably too tall for that. But I'd have to be a halfling. So, if I have to choose.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Honestly, I don't know. It's a hard thing to do. Judge yourself.
I know. You're basically in your own mind doing like one of those questionnaires.
Yeah.
I'd probably be a wizard, because I'm a math wizard.
But yeah, that would fit.
Check this out, Thompson. Got a new pig sticker. I have the potential of doing up to 190 point double strikes.
Oh, I'm not looking at your screen. I'm logging in right now.
Oh, I thought you were in already.
Crash.
If to follow Thompson's mindset in the sense that he's really good at math, he's also pretty good at music, so you'd probably be a bard as well. But me being a creative-esque person, animation is basically what my background would be, but that was not a thing that ever existed back then. An enchanter. That's what I would be. I would make shit up and like make like a spectral form of it or something like that.
No, I'd probably be a paladin.
No way.
Yeah, I think I would.
Oh, do you guys know like the Myers-Briggs personality types?
Yeah, I've heard
You
of
know,
it.
like INTP and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, you could probably associate each class with a MBTI personality type.
Is that the one that gives you like the
So this is how it
acronym
works. Very
for-
simple. You have like 4 different categories.
Yeah.
First one is introverted, extroverted. That's I or E.
Right.
Pretty self-explanatory. And then there's like intuition and sensing. So that's like N and S. And that's basically like if you're intuition, then you're like a deep thinker. You like think about deep stuff. If you're sensing, you mostly like think about like what's around you, right?
Right.
And you don't like think.
Yeah, you respond to stimulus. Yeah, I think I've taken that before a time or two. When you spend time in as many juvenile detention facilities as I did, they make you take a lot of tests like that. But I don't think that came out until afterwards.
Next one is thinking or feeling. So if you're primarily like lead with your emotions, your feeling, you lead more with like logic and stuff. That's more thinking.
Yeah.
And then the last one is judging, or what's the P stand for?
Definitely be druid.
Oh, perceiving. Yeah, judging or perceiving. So judging means that you're kind of like you tend to judge other people, and it also means that you have a very orderly kind of life, like you like things to be very orderly. Whereas perceived, like you're more open to like other points of view, and you're less judging, and you like to be a little bit more free with your schedule. Right. So I would be INTP, which is sort of like, I guess that's like the Einstein type or something. But
There you go. That's your new pronoun.
yeah. I mean, it's not a real thing, but I mean, it's just a way of categorizing people.
Right.
Just a way of putting people into neat little boxes, which, never really works, but it's one way of doing it.
I like taking tests with those.
Now there's like one more letter they add on to it, which is like A or T, which is assertive or turbulent, which sort of is like a measure of your self-confidence, sort of. If you're like assertive, then like you're assertive, basically. And turbulent means that you're kind of like, I don't know, freaking out all the time.
Oh, that's my lady.
Yeah.
Would it be assertive really though if it's just like you just don't give a shit? Assertive seems more like you take care of the action, you acknowledge the action. you handle it in a mature kind of way. Whereas the opposite is kind of just like a freak out, and you're just always overblowing situations.
I mean, I think of it like turbulent. You're like really stressed out all the time about something.
Yeah.
And of you're not. So, like everyone kind of has goals in life, and some people like take it really seriously, and they like get mad at themselves if they don't succeed at something. Those would be like the turbulent people. Whereas like the assertive people are like, I'm only human, I can only do so much every day, and this is what works for me. That would be more assertive.
God damn. 135 and 109 back to back.
You can do up to 190 double strike. 190 each, strike, double strike with this thing. It's kind of sick. I like it.
So I guess I'd be INTP-A, because I'm really not that hard on myself, I guess. Like I set a very nice schedule for myself. I don't like push myself like some of my other math major friends do. Like I tend to only take 12 credits, and I don't like kill myself with homework. Even though the other day I was doing 12 hours of partial differential equations of homework. That's because I had to.
Thompson, every time I hear you talk about school, it makes me happy I went to art school.
Like your dad.
No, like, I couldn't actually do a university or Ivy League or any kind of upstanding actual college.
Just have to hang around with a bunch of hippies and draw pictures all day.
Yeah, I mean,
I like to think anybody could do it. I started at like Khan Academy at the kindergarten level, right? And I just worked my way up from there.
I can tell you right now, there's no way I could be a mathematician. My brain does not work that way. I try to train it to think numerically,
But I mean, like, I know, like, people will tell me, like, there's just like a fog in my brain. I can figure it out. I know exactly what that feeling is, and I used to have that when doing math, and I still occasionally do have that. It's just how you deal with it, right? Math is hard, right? Everyone struggles with it, so it's just how you deal with that feeling of like confusion and failure is what makes you a mathematician or not.
No, it was never that. It was just, honestly, it was just lack of desire to learn the formulas.
Yeah, that's what makes you not a mathematician.
Right.
You have to have an interest in it, for sure.
Was always,
but theoretically, you could learn math if you cared about it.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I use math extensively every day. Just not advanced math, of course. But,
no, it's just I have people telling me like I'm super smart or something because I do this, and it's just like they could do it too if they were interested in it. Maybe having the interest in it makes me smart, but I don't know.
I could do like a science, science aspect of some kind of really prestigious school going. But well, I mean, you would need some forms of math, yes, but I mean, you wouldn't need to go into like crazy maths. But there's a lot more to it than just the math when it comes to the sciences that would keep me intrigued. My problem that I've always had with math is just probably the same thing that you're saying, is you just don't want to memorize the formulas. I just got so bored with math.
Yeah.
Math changes a lot in university, especially once you get to, there's a class called real analysis, where it's sort of like the theory behind calculus, and you're doing proofs instead of all these calculations. And there's other classes like graph theory or something where it's just all proofs and there's like no numbers even.
My favorite maths that I've ever taken were geometry and statistics. Every other form of math that I've ever taken, I passed barely.
I don't like statistics so much. That's very formulaic to me. But I I guess geometry is proof-based. I haven't really taken like Euclidean geometry since like 10th grade or something. But
You stand still. Good Lord. Every week with you. Like chasing a 5-year-old around.
I don't even see you. Where'd
I'm
you
up
go?
in the tower waiting for the repop.
But I've always been a fan of sciences. Like, I've always been interested. I've just been more interested in art. That's why I thought I could make a career out of it. Which is stupid. But the next thing after that was like sciences. I've always liked space. Though I know nothing about space now because I didn't dedicate any of my life to it. But I always find myself like watching documentaries, paying attention to space-driven media. Space is badass. I would love to go to space.
Well, I mean, I'm a musician at heart and mostly like an artist and stuff. You know, and I do photography and stuff. But the reason why I went into
Porn
like,
doesn't count.
math is because, but I needed like something objective, like something to like progress with that's like very objective. And art is just so like subjective.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're getting anywhere sometimes, and that can be kind of frustrating. With math, at least, like I know, like I solved the problem, I passed the exam, you know, and it's just like one way of like having, I don't know, something objective to judge myself by. It's just another way to like measure my self-worth, I guess.
Oh shit, did you guys go up?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
And I think it's important to sort of diversify your self-worth, because people who just like pour themselves into one thing, they just have too much of their ego involved in it, and they can't like let themselves fail. Yeah. Well, there's some like math majors that I know that are like, they're just kind of pricks about it.
I was starting to dual major in art history. I was really starting to like art history there for a little bit. I dropped that real quick though. After like 2 semesters.
That's my favorite part. The art history. It was learning the origins and whatnot. And when I was doing the more academic stuff in the beginning semesters, before I started getting into all the art classes, Dean's List every semester. You know, not hard when you're an art major, but once I started getting into the art classes, it all fell apart. Because, like Thompson said, everything is so subjective, and something as simple as
my problem with it. Yeah.
something as simple as the professor, art professor, not having a personal dislike for you could affect your grade, because they're going to look at your work with that slanted opinion. Even if it is good, they can't help their own personal bias, even if they try to grade it fairly and impartially. Run into that a few times, where you get like a better grade because your professor likes you. It goes both ways. I was drinking buddies with all my professors, so we all got on well, but I got B's on things I should not have gotten B's on, and or whatever the numerical equivalent is.
So that's why I find like math so refreshing to music, and why it complements it.
It deals
so
with
well.
absolutes.
It's absolute, it's factual, it's objective, and then I can just go over into this world, which is like completely different from music. And then when I get sick of math, when I get sick of all the objectivity, then I can just go back and do art.
Oh, that's your outlet for all that anal retentiveness that mathematics brings with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like the math, I don't know. I took like almost every subject you could name, really, as far as like the STEM stuff. And I just sort of ended up in math over time. I don't know. I guess it's just if you're like a real thorough person and you really want to know like all like the fundamental stuff like underneath what they're telling you, because like if you're taking like some science class or something, they won't really get into the whys so much. With a math degree, I mean, it's about learning the whys.
Yeah. All right, stop talking a minute. I gotta go get a coffee.
The X's and the Z's.
Be right back.
I mean, like the WHY, why, how.
I just was making a terrible dad
Yeah,
joke,
yeah.
you know, like the math X, Y, and Z equation or whatever the hell it is. I don't know if that's algebra or something.
The three-dimensional coordinate system, Cartesian coordinates. Yes.
See, that's something that a math person, long response because I had to eat chips. A math person is more intellectual in certain things. Like, I've known of that, what you just said, for a very long time because of animation programs, because of working on three-dimensional planes, X, Y, and Z. But I never knew what that whole thing was actually called. Like you just said what it was.
Yeah. It's a Cartesian coordinate system made by Descartes, who is also a philosopher. He did the I think, therefore I am. Same guy.
But, you know, I've also probably actually been taught that in college and just blanked it out. I'm a terrible student. That's ultimately what it just comes down to.
I mean, I used to be a terrible student. Like in high school, I was in like a special focus program for 4 years for like kids with attention deficit disorder. But the reason is just because I was just so bored with the way that they were teaching me stuff, you know, and I just refused to pay attention and I refused to do my homework. It was bad. But college was much better, especially since like it was just much more flexible for me. You know, I didn't have to like wake up at 6 a.m. and go to like some hours of classes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. College is by far better than high school.
You know,
by far.
and still like now, like I'm not really like a traditional student. Like I'm in 3 5,000 level math classes, but I've basically not been going to any of the lectures because like the book is good enough for me and they're just not helping me that much. So I just learn from the book.
See, but you can get away with that as long as there's not a mandatory attendance policy in place.
Yeah.
Well, even with the COVID thing going on, like you kind of get past that anyways. But as long as you, at least with math and probably other just concrete answer-based curriculums, or whatever the hell you want to call it, you could just show up for your tests, pass your tests, and that's all you really have to do.
Yeah, yeah. I'm graded on homework and tests. That's it. So, like, I'm not graded on participation and going to the lecture.
That was the difference in art schools then. I was graded on having to show up and watch a naked person for 4 hours and drawing that person.
You know, we had the worst freaking male model. He kept making eye contact with people. And you know how uncomfortable it is when you're trying to draw somebody with his tallywhacker hanging out and he's sitting there staring at you? It's not a pleasant thing.
When they talk to you, it's the worst.
The absolute
I don't
worst.
I don't want a short joke. Like, that's why I sit in the
They
back
still
of the
do that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Of course, now your model has purple hair and piercings, but
Yeah.
They're so weird. The people that love to do this and stand up in front of you and just naked so you can draw them, like, it's their own form of art. It really is. They take pride in it.
Did you ever notice during the live model sessions, the room always smelled a little funky?
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. You can really tell when the hippie was involved in your drawing sessions. You either
I
got
do know.
must or you got patchouli.
Yeah, patchouli. Hey, his freckles are moving. No, those are crabs.
And I don't know what it is about. Listen, I've not been with a lot of women in my life, but I would just say that most of the encounters that I've had, women seem to groom themselves pretty often. I know a lot of times it's probably because they anticipate.
Right.
But when you ever draw a female, I can't remember if any of them were trimmed. They were all just bushed to the max.
There was a whole movie, one of the scary movies, where the female lead is engaging in intercourse with one of the guys, and he pulls her pants down, and this big bush pops out, and it's funny. I guess you had to be there, but trust me, it was hilarious.
Are you talking about Scary Movie?
Yeah.
Where, was it the scene where like they were using hedge trimmers?
Yeah.
The electric hedge. What do you call those things? Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
hedge
they are.
something. Yeah. Bats were flying out or something. Oh my god, she got plastered to the ceiling at the very end of that.
Yeah.
That movie
Oh
was
god, yeah,
hilarious.
that was disgusting.
I turned into a corpse.
Dude, Thorn power leveled the shit out of my bard.
Yeah, he told me.
1 to 14 in like 30 minutes. 3 hours, I mean. Sorry.
There's Castle.
Wait, can we kill Castle yet?
No. I don't think
He's
we'll ever be able to do that.
51, right?
Yeah, but he has a super ridiculous regeneration that only bards can get around, or enchanters can get around.
We wouldn't die immediately, though, right?
No, not immediately. Take a couple hits before we die. He hits like a Mack truck. I went after him on my 85 Ranger, and he's only like level 51, and it took forever to freaking kill him.
You know, it was my favorite classes in art school. It wasn't even the actual technical art classes. It was like the conceptual art classes, design theories, and the classes were like you would make furniture out of styrofoam just to see if you could make a structural furniture. You know what I mean? Things that you shouldn't be able to make furniture with. Could you get it to be functional? I don't know what that's really called. I can't remember. That and sculpting classes.
Mine were
You guys made
literature.
furniture out of styrofoam?
Design theory.
Yeah. It would be like, we also, one of our other projects was try and create a one-man band instrument thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, like the Blue Man Group.
Yeah. But it was just like
Crash test dummy.
abstract art kind of like things, like making art out of garbage.
When I
Like
was...
sorry,
go ahead.
this is like the way we test the furniture. Like, you'd actually set up, and the instructor would just get up and just start jumping on your furniture. If it broke, you failed. If it didn't break, you passed.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just sounds so weird to me that that's even a college class.
Well,
Like, that's something you should just do in your own time for fun or something, you know?
There's a logic behind it. So design theory, structural integrity, that kind of thing.
Right. It's who's the engineer that is super famous around here?
Thomas Tank Engine.
No, I got to look it up because he's basically like the godfather of this design theory mixed in with architecture.
Marlon Brando.
No.
He was a godfather.
Yeah, he was the wrong one.
James Brown, Godfather of Soul. I can keep going.
James Yeager. No.
Godfather of poor life choices. Is that the Jägermeister guy?
Frank Gehry.
Never heard of him.
You never heard of Frank Gehry?
Nope.
I know I didn't remember his name, but that's just because my brain is clouded with things. But
Subtle.
Frank Gehry is amazing. I'm gonna post probably one of his most famous buildings.
I was going to school. My favorite classes were always I took every literature course the school offered as electives, and then I even took a few extra credits just to get all the literature courses in. And those are my favorite classes, bar none. Reading the various forms of literature, discussing them, theorizing, analyzing.
What about, you might know this one, Frank Lloyd Wright?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Everybody knows him. He invented the airplane.
Frank Gehry is insane. He's the guy that buildings that look like waves.
Yeah, they fit in with the surroundings. That was always his big thing. One with the landscape, but they didn't. They just kind of blended in. Yeah. Built in harmony with Feng Shui before Feng Shui was a thing.
Bear Run, PA, is the falling waterfall.
I imagine he just comes up with these ideas, and then the engineers are like, "Fuck, okay."
Well, I think.
Let's calculate the math.
I think he's pretty heavily involved in that aspect too, in helping them understand how the math could work for his crazy ass ideas. He's failed a lot though too. Like shit, some of his things that he's made has actually fallen through into the world. But that happens.
Well, you can't build a nice skyscraper without taking out a few innocent bystanders. Everybody knows
exactly. I mean, it usually falls apart before final completion, so I don't think anybody really got hurt. But are you guys fighting things? Because I'm not even helping.
No,
I'm
waiting for respawn. Just waiting for respawn. They take a little longer to pop because we waited.
Oh, hey. Yeah. So I'm at college. The art building was designed by Frank Gehry.
Yeah.
I love that. Do the math students ever make fun of the art students?
Weizmann Art Museum. Yeah, I know that building.
Yeah. Look at that.
Right on campus. Do the math students make fun of
The art students, yeah.
See,
well, more the non-STEM students, really. I mean, I don't, but I know math students do. But that's because I'm an artist myself, sort of. So, yeah, musician. my math grad student friend told me that he couldn't even define. I was like testing him on like music theory, and he knows nothing. He doesn't know what an octave is. And he said that he couldn't like tell if it was an octave if I played an octave. It's like, oh, I wouldn't know that interval if you played it. I was like, what? It's the weirdest thing.
I've been trained in some musical instruments and whatnot, and how to actually read musical notes. I couldn't even tell you that shit anymore. I forgot so much of it. I understand kind of what you're talking about when you say an octave, but I couldn't actually define that to you. I'm assuming if I was to actually press,
It's just a range of tones, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's kind of like the notes together make an octave.
Yeah, it's an interval. It's 12 semitones. You guys don't even know the modes? Ionian, Dorian,
I don't even
Phrygian,
listen to music.
Lydian, Ixolean,
Low,
Aeolian, Lothrian.
Buddy of mine got a scholarship to Juilliard. One of the most gifted individuals I've ever met in my life. And it didn't matter what he set his mind to doing. He was just very accomplished at it. In the early days, he wanted to be an art major. And his, in 5th grade, he was drawing photorealistic pictures of whatever it was that he was drawing pictures of. But then he decided that wasn't really his bag. So he started playing instruments. And he couldn't decide on an instrument to play, so he just decided to learn them all. And he's just one of those people who can pick up an instrument and just start playing it. Or, within a short span of time, figure out how it works and get it to produce notes and whatnot.
I'm part of this.
And it was just disgusting because he got a scholarship at Juilliard because he was just so incredibly gifted. And he decided to go sleep in the bowels of a redwood tree instead with his dog.
Oh.
Completely and brew beer. But he was happy, and he still plays music, plays in bands locally. Does a lot of fill-in work. Somebody needs a rhythm guitar or a bass player or a saxophone player or a pianist or whatever. He just fills in.
And that's how it should be. You shouldn't be so forced to be a cog.
No.
Because his way of life isn't hindering anybody.
Nope.
It's not producing for as much as other people, but again, he ain't taking from anybody yet. Whatever he takes probably sufficiently works enough for.
I mean, yeah, that's what I think. I mean, there's no goal to life, really. We make our own goal. There's no real...
There is one goal to life. Propagation of the species.
Yeah.
And that's the only goal. That's literally the only reason you're here.
And I'm failing at that goal currently.
Everything else is just something to do in between procreating.
Though, but if you think about it, if everyone procreated, I mean, we'd kind of have a disaster in our hands with overpopulation. So,
yeah,
it should be the goal of some people to not procreate, but then that's not much of a goal. I mean, you don't have to do anything to do that. So then they have to make up their own goal.
Well, some people should be strongly discouraged from procreating.
it's true. I can point at some people within 200 feet of me right now. I live in a trailer park, so...
Yeah. Pick one.
You ever think they would try to implement like a one-child policy or something?
No, you can't do that. People have to
but
be
in
free
like
to make their own
500
vegetables.
years or something, when overpopulation's a real issue or something.
Listen,
it's a
I'm
self-correcting
for that.
issue. That's the thing. These are all self-correcting issues. Eventually, we're not going to be able to sustain the population. People are just going to die. That's just the way it is. It happens, in nature on a regular basis. When there's not enough food to go around for the deer, they start dying off or they start breeding less.
That's a differential equation, by the way. It's a
good.
logistic equation.
Robot man.
Yeah.
You're turning robotic on us.
Glad I'm not the only one now to hear that.
It's a Discord thing. So every once in a while it just glitches out. I wish there was a different platform than Discord. Bothers me when there's only one option.
We could be in a Zoom meeting right now.
Oh yeah, there is an option. And it's worse.
Yeah.
Never mind. Thank you, Discord. Discord's not bad. They tend to leave people alone unless it becomes a serious issue. Unless you're like plotting terrorist acts or whatever. They do tend to leave people alone.
They've gone away from their original stance as a platform, though.
Oh, they all do.
Well, I mean, in the sense, yeah, they do, but they've gotten so big. But they... They're linked to new things. They got more bots that you can put on. But every once in a while, someone sounds like R2-D2.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's just a server-based thing. It's got to be, right?
Well, I think they're just trying to take on too much. They should have just left it with the chat thing. The ability to stream in the Discord is just not necessary. The whole point behind Discord is that's where you go when you're not streaming. But then people wanted to share their video game experiences without setting up a Twitch stream or something. So, whatever.
I mean, Discord and what is it, Patreon? If they were hand in hand, worked together, and made one just grouped thing, I think that'd be a nice combination.
Not Patreon, Subscribestar.
Or whatever, any service like that. Whatever one has a more reputable background. But that idea that you don't have to give into the Twitch, YouTube world. The only thing is you don't have anything storing your past content.
No. Well, you can always OBS it.
Yeah, but what are you going to then put it on? If like you use Discord as your streaming platform and then using like Patreon or some other service like that as your income-based, subscription-based element.
BitChute.
What'd you just say to me?
BitChute. If you're trying to avoid YouTube. You just upload to BitChute. Of course, the quality you get on Discord is atrocious, unless you're a Nitro member or whatever the hell it is.
Did D-Live die yet?
No, it was restructured. And it's actually starting to pick up steam again. They restructured the way they do things, canceled out some of their partnerships because they weren't working out as intended. I got pissed at D-Live because my account was just taken over one day, and I had those
oh really
Bitcoiny things that they have.
Yeah,
I lost all access to it, and I had a fair chunk set up already that was set back in reserve for. Because D-Live, you have to have a certain number of the I forget what the hell it was called.
Ninja stuff.
It's some kind of Bitcoiny thing. No, that's a different thing.
Oh,
yeah, a cryptocurrency of some sort. But you had to have so much in storage. When you become a partner, affiliate, whatever, like on Twitch, it's affiliate. And I had that set aside for reasons. I don't even remember what the reasons were for. But then it all just I went to log on one day and I couldn't access my account. All the information had been changed, including my username and whatnot. And then, so I just made a new one, and found out that they completely canceled out that partnership with whoever was handling that. Lino coin.
Oh, Lino coins. Yeah.
Yeah. So somewhere out there, I have a heavily encrypted Lino account that I can't access anymore.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won a competition on D Live and got like 8,000 of those coins.
Oh wow.
I pretty much gave them all to you.
Yeah.
Still got them somewhere.
One day they'll be worth $1 million.
I like DLive. I hope it does grow bigger. I hope it does offer Twitch some actual competition. Same with BitChute. I hope it gets to the point where it does offer competition to YouTube, because YouTube is really getting bad. This stream, for example, is not listed unless you're actually subscribed to the channel. It doesn't just show up in a random search because it's listed as not for kids. And when you do that to a video or a stream or whatever, it's not open to random searches.
You could only stream on one. Would you stream on YouTube or Twitch?
Twitch. Yeah, don't even have to think about that. Twitch is just easier. And it's less restrictive. Even though Twitch is fairly restrictive, it's not nearly as bad as YouTube is.
You notice that? Like, it only really comes at people that are, like, popular, like, really popular, enough to be known.
Yeah.
You can get away with quite a bit as an affiliate if you only stream to, like, 20 people a night.
Yeah.
Some of these people stream, like, I've straight up watched people just, like, hammering bongs down the throat. You know what I mean? Like,
some of our topics of conversation in the past have really pushed the envelope as far as allowable content. We've gotten into some pretty salty topics. Yeah, that's a big thing, is the inconsistency on YouTube. They arbitrarily enforce their rules.
And it's just so big, it's not manageable, and then we have all these bots that just like flag things and they get it wrong so much of the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, look who's writing the programs. They're going to put in. It's the same, it goes back to the painting class thing. These things are supposed to be impartial and whatnot, but they're still written by people, and people have opinions, and things are going to be skewed by that. So if somebody's writing an algorithm to find disreputable content, it's going to be based on what their moral values are. Well, even if it's not intentionally done.
Yeah, there's no way to take like morals out of it.
No,
there is a way to do that.
Not unless you're like a robot.
Yeah. So, I mean, the only real way to deal with it is to have competitors like things like DLive.
It's the only way.
Where the morals may be different. But, and then if you agree with that, his morals more than YouTube's, then you can stream on there.
Unfortunately, they don't want competition, which is retarded, because competition gives you a better product. But they have the resources to make life very difficult for, like BitChute, for example. When they were first starting up, a lot of the political commentary YouTubers used that as their alternate thing, and it started pulling a lot of people away from YouTube for especially conservative or right-wing or whatever political commentary. And YouTube made things very difficult for BitChute in the very beginning by pressuring other Silicon Valley companies like Patreon and whatnot to disallow service on that platform, actually getting web hosts to cancel contracts with BitChute, so that they had to find alternative. Gab got hit by that really, really hard, where they had to move their entire platform to a different host because of pressure from Twitter. Too much power consolidated in too few hands.
Yeah, but I also feel like we tend to like just having one thing, one big thing, instead of like all the like 15 different.
Yeah,
like, I don't even think that there's like Tidal that's competing with Spotify, because I like, like the artist will be like, well, this song's only on Tidal. And I'm just like, oh, but I have Spotify, and it's annoying, right?
I have Xbox.
So it's like you want one thing, but then if you only have one thing, then if there's some moral problem that you have with them, then you can't go anywhere.
That's the problem. Yeah, you're screwed. It consolidates too much power into too few hands. You need competition. Unfortunately, governments strive to keep monopolies to a minimum, or to eradicate monopolies. It's had the opposite effect, and it's actually encouraged monopolies.
Yeah.
Government's never the answer. Unless it's, how do you want to frivolously spend $20 trillion?
I mean, there are some situations where it makes sense to have a monopoly and not have competition, like, for instance, power companies and power infrastructure.
Yeah.
But that's why we need to have, like, certain regulations and rules around that.
Yeah, well, but for that, you need something to almost be government mandated, or government oversight. But then, you
have like 15 power lines going through an area just because you have 15 different companies or something.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Right. Well, there would have to be a, like what they did with phone companies, there would have to be a central infrastructure in place, and then access to it is controlled by the various companies.
Yeah.
So you don't have 15 power lines. You have one power line, but this company governs this. Whatever. I don't know the process. But so you subsidize the infrastructure, but then make the company survive on their own merits. All companies are allowed to use the infrastructure, like internet, for example. All companies are allowed to have access to the internet, but the actual infrastructure, the actual hardware, the wires, the hubs, whatnot, are all subsidized so that they are owned by the people, or at least paid for by the people. Where's Tommy? Oh, there he is. Jesus, tiny little thing. Okay, I think I am going to wrap up. It's getting close to 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm tired. Been up since 5:30. Okay, folks, we will be back on tomorrow night. Maybe do something a little more nutty tomorrow night. Catch keep or something. Since we all did upgrades. But until then, you folks have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out, and see you tomorrow night.